Hi, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Today's reading is a monthly reading for June 2025 for the air sign of Libra. Libra, for the reading today, I will be using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. If I need to clarify, I will use the Gilded Tarot Royale deck. And at the end, I will pull one additional Oracle card from the Soul's Journey deck, just for an additional message. So a reminder, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. I encourage you to watch not just your sun sign video, but also your moon and rising. That way you'll have a more complete overview of the energy surrounding you at this time. And if you do enjoy the reading today, please consider giving the video a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel. I would love to have you here every month. Also, that way you'll be notified whenever I do post new content. All right, let's get going. So we begin with, in the middle position, center of your spread, Nine of Wands. So this is, it's often referred to as the sort of the Wounded Warrior card, right? It's the Suit of Wands, which is fire energy, has to do with the work that we do, creative projects and endeavors, and then our own drive, determination, passion, ambition for those things that we do. Nines, they're nearing the end of a cycle, right? Tens in the tarot, they are cycles coming to a completion. So with the nine, it's like you're nearly there, right? So she's nearly at the end of this particular cycle. But there might be one last obstacle that she has to face, one last hurdle that she has to jump over, right? And you can see that she's sort of resting here, trying, thinking about making it to the next phase of this Ten of Wands. But she's not really resting. She has her hand on the wand. She's there ready to defend herself if she needs to. So it's like you might be facing one last obstacle. Obviously, it's going to be different for everybody watching before you complete a particular cycle. And then we have major cycles coming to an end. It seems to be a theme. I've done about half of the readings so far, and this, endings and new beginnings are definitely coming through strongly this month. So again, I would encourage you to watch all of your signed videos, right? Just because there seem to be a lot of shared messages. So helping or hindering the world. This is the last of the major arcanas. It's number 21 of the major arcanas, associated with the earth sign of Capricorn. And number 21 of the major arcanas, it's the last of the major arcana. So it ends a particularly long chapter in your life, right? And then after this, the world would revert back around to the zero, which is the Fool card, and that will be the Fool embarking upon a brand new journey. So major endings. This could be, obviously it's going to be different for everybody watching. It could be ending a job where you've worked at for a very long time, ending a relationship that you've been in for a very long time. It could be ending sort of a phase of a relationship. So you might be going from, being engaged to actually getting married, or, you might be going from, not having children to becoming pregnant, having children. So it's, it's that type of very big change coming in, or ending a very big, a very long chapter in your life, right? But there is change and rebirth. For some, the world can also represent like world, so international travel, connecting, going to different countries, different places, connecting with people who have different backgrounds, different belief systems than you do, but endings and obviously the new beginning that this ending brings in. In the deep past, we have the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords, it's a difficult energy. It has this is a card of betrayal. You can see that this person here, he looks as though he's getting away with something. He's stealing the Three Swords. He's trying to get away, but, and so he obviously, like, he won this battle, but at what cost? So it's, betrayal, winning at whatever cost, and he ended up hurting. Obviously she's left with these two swords in her back and she's bleeding. So there is this betrayal. So it could be, but it is, again, the Suit of Swords, it has to do with our mind. It's a suit of, cerebral energy. It's a suit of thoughts, of communication. So how we communicate our thoughts to other people. but there could have been, and it does sit in the deep past. So, for many of you, you might have already experienced this betrayal. Obviously, it could play out in any area of your life here. And then we have, again, this ending and beginning. So that's what I'm saying. It's coming through so strongly this month. In the recent past, the Death card. So this is number 13 of the Major Arcana. It's associated with the water sign of Scorpio. And, this is through death comes new life. And we see on the Death card, we have the butterflies, representing this rebirth. We have them again on the Death card. So there's definitely changes afoot. There is, again, a cycle coming to an end, a new cycle in order to make way for this new cycle, right, to begin. So changes and new beginnings. Crowning your reading, message from your higher self, you have Major Arcana number 11, Justice. And Justice is associated with the air sign of Libra. And, this is about, it can sometimes show up when you're dealing with like legal matters. So with a court case, this would be things going, a ruling going in your favor. If you have a lawyer, right, is receiving the news that the judge has ruled in your favor. So dealing with the legal system with a lawyer. It could also just be, the scales you can see here. Obviously, Justice carries the sword of truth, holding the scales of justice. So, justice being served here, or some type of truth coming in, finding out, important news with this Justice card. But it is also, it's a very karmic energy, right? Justice can be like karmic justice being served. So if for whatever reason, you have felt that you haven't been, or things haven't gone your way, or if things haven't been fair, especially with this sitting opposite or, sort of deep past and then crowning energy with this Five of Swords, which was betrayal or people acting unethically, right, and doing things that are unethical. The Justice, it represents sort of the opposite. So it's like the antithesis of this. So it represents fairness, represents honesty, acting in an ethical manner, right? Also has to do with like weighing up, like with the scales here, weighing up everything before making an important decision, right? So it can also be balance with the scales of justice. So balance coming in here, balance being important. Yeah, let's keep going. I was going to say more that I'll probably come back to that. In the near future, you have the Four of Wands. So there could be, with this change, remember with the World card, I was saying there could be like ending a phase, so going from single to engaged. I mean, the Four of Wands can represent marriage. This can be moving in together. It's also, it's a very karmic card as well. Sort of, it doesn't show it on this deck as well, but traditional tarot has sort of the two wands like forming this 11-11. So it's a very very karmic energy as well. But fours in the tarot, they represent stability. This can be buying a new home, moving into a new home. It can be marriage, like I mentioned. You show up as the 10 of Wands. And so you had this progression, right? From this 9 of Wands to the 10. So you're feeling weary, but you're at the end of a particularly, tiring, difficult cycle in your life. So there's a cycle coming to an end here. You're nearly there, right? You're nearly ready to put down this heavy burden of the 10 of Wands to begin, with the new Ace of Wands, begin a new cycle. So you're ending out, and we have another 10. So 10 of Swords in your surrounding energies here. So this is, again, you can see is not the prettiest of cards, but actually I prefer the 10 of Swords to the 9 of Swords, because this 10, as you can see, things can only get better from here. This is like the lowest of a situation, right? You can't get any lower than the 10 of Swords. She has all 10 swords in her back, bleeding there, right? It's so painful. It's so, but it is the end of the cycle. This reverts back around to the Ace of Swords, which would be that epiphany, that yes card, that new, this clarity of mind. So again, endings here playing a very important role this month. Hopes and fears. You're hoping for this new cycle to begin, right? The page of wands could be dealing with a younger fire sign individual, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. If so, this would typically be a very energetic, a very somebody who really thinks outside of the box. If it's not a person, it's you taking on this energy. You can see that there's this crystal ball here. So like having this new vision, having this clarity of mind, also needing to think outside of the box. But pages bring in news about something. So this is the news of a new job, a news of a new project, a new business venture, this new thing coming in for you. And that sits in your hopes and fears. So that's what you're hoping is coming in for you, this new cycle. And as you head into the next month, we have another 5. So we have the 5 of Swords down there, and we'll clarify this. The 5 of Cups. And again, this is interesting because we have 3 of Cups, which is spilled out here. And she's so focused on this disappointment, what hasn't worked out in the past, the relationships that haven't worked out, the job that didn't work out, whatever situation, that brought disappointment. But by only focusing on the negative here, she's missing out on the Holy Grail, right? These 2 of Cups, this is like the soulmate energy. She's missing out on this beautiful opportunity for a relationship, for, a partnership, by focusing on the negative. So there's always this sort of need to focus on the positive when the 5 of Cups shows up. And bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. So we have the Page and the Knight showing up in your spread. So there's progression there as well. But the Knight, whereas the Page is like news about something, the Knight actually brings in that offer. So this is the Knight rushing in, very passionate energy as well, but coming in with the news of this new offer, right? So this new job offer, if it's a new business venture, right? It's coming in very quickly. This could be like a new job or a new offer that you need to act on quite quickly. And I'm saying, with the world here, that could be like you have to kind of pack up everything and move across the world for this new offer very quickly. There's something, things are beginnings, endings happening quite quickly, that you might need to sort of, really uproot and upend everything to take advantage of whatever this new thing is. Let's go ahead and clarify. Let me get my clarifiers here. We won't clarify the entire spread, just a few of the cards. That's weird. Additional messages for Libra. What else does Libra need to know for the month of June? Additional messages for Libra. Okay, we'll do one last shuffle. And I'm going to start off by clarifying the 5 of Swords in the foundation. So clarifying the 5 of Swords, we have the Page of Cups. So this betrayal here, it could have to do with a relationship, right? With the Page of Cups showing up, because it'd be water energy, so relationships, right? Family. And like I was saying with the other page over here, the Page of Wands, Page of Cups would bring in, can bring in like a new relationship, but it could also be like this news of a pregnancy. There could have been some type of betrayal or disappointment relating to a relationship, relating to a pregnancy in the past position. Or just, an offer with it being this offer, or I'm sorry, this news or offer possibly coming in with this Page of Cups. It could be, so if it is to do with like a job, it's how you felt about that. So like your feelings towards this offer, that you really wanted it, it didn't work out, there was some type of betrayal surrounding it, possibly with, somebody who worked with you. Clarifying this 10 of Swords, we have the 4 of Pentacles. So 4 of Pentacles is, 4s in the trio, like I said, they represent stability. And this is stability on, like, to do with your finances, your career, the money, the way that you earn your money, your actual finances, your money. And And sometimes this Four of Pentacles is referred to as like the miser card. So it's wanting to hold on very tightly to your money. So again, I'm getting that there could have been a disappointment or, you know, some type of feeling stabbed in the back or betrayal by either a workplace situation or something to do with how you earn your money. And clarifying the Five of Cups, you have the Lovers. So we have, this is number 6 of the major arcana. The Lovers, it's the soulmate, right? So it's that deep soul connection with another person associated with the air sign of Gemini. Lovers can also be like a head or heart decision. But yeah, and that was, like I was saying on the card, by only focusing on, you know, what hasn't worked out, you're missing out on this possible soulmate connection. And then you have the soulmate clarifying it. So definitely, that for some of you, there could be, you know, this soulmate connection coming in. And we do have that, this marriage possibly here with the Four of Wands, new cycles beginning, things picking up quite quickly, justice being served. And again, looking at this justice, this could be like the justice of the peace. So actually getting married, like not a, you know, formal like big church wedding, but like going to a justice of the peace and getting married there with that justice card. And we'll go ahead and pull one final clarifier from the Soul's Journey deck. So one additional message for Libra for the month of June. What else does Libra need to know? And I'll shuffle, divide the deck. And you have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. And I'll go ahead and read the full description from the guidebook. And it says, it's impossible for the human brain to comprehend the mysteries of the universe. You are only consciously aware of the 3 dimensions for a reason, and that is to learn to love without the full awareness of your connection to spirit. Everyone has their own personal path to this awareness, and there is no right or wrong answer as long as your goal is to manifest the energy of love and compassion. The wisdom of the divine trickles into the physical dimension, and some of it will resonate with your soul and some will not. These are the signposts that will guide you to your correct path. If the wisdom resonates with you and seems right, then keep it. If not, release it back to the universe. Always be aware and mindful of the insights that your spirit guides and teachers put on your path. So interesting. So I do hope that these messages have helped you. Look forward to reading for you again. And just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of June. Bye for now.